Start reporting. You first. What's wrong with the relay? What's the worst case scenario? How about a less bad one? What is the possibility of this scenario? Understood. It means we should proceed on the basis that human civilizations have ended. How's the situation inside the base? Equipment? How are our supplies looking? How did you get that number? If we are to recreate the environment for the exploded first reactor, we need at least 21 months to figure out what happened there. How long will our supplies last if we reduce the personnel on the base? Please. Your reason. I agree. Then let's sort them. We'll cut off supplies to the administrative department first, then logistics. After that, medical, communication, robotics, data, and research. Objections? To whoever sees this record in the future, my name is Lustrous, the research director. This recording is set to public. Anyone who tries to access the central command system will activate this video. It plays automatically, just in case someone fails to notice it. I put our first and final group meeting at the beginning of this video. I assume any human with common sense would understand what has happened to our base after watching it. Presuming that you're an intelligent life such as a human, please allow me to skip to the main point. I'm not sure what the exact time is now. The base has been in lockdown since the outbreak. We have given up on Greenwich Mean Time and instead opted for the base's timer as time standard in our record. So I might be wrong about the month and day, but I think the year should still be accurate. This is the 3rd year since the outbreak of the punishing virus. We have run out of food. No one's coming to save us. The most logical conclusion is that the human race beyond this space is extinct. I'm not good at recording history, but if you're here and you found this, then you must be a seeker who is curious. You're like me. I feel obligated to satisfy your curiosity. Let me briefly describe what happened after that meeting. We started rationing the moment we initiated the lockdown. The plan went well, and it allowed us to last for a very long time with very limited resources. When food began to run short, we came to an unspoken agreement. The core researchers were prioritized with provisions, while the others were arranged in the order of their importance, the least of which will die first. The first one to go was the administrative department. We didn't have any higher-ups to report to anymore, after all. This island wasn't designed for our situation, so it doesn't have any corpse disposal facilities. We decided to administrate burials at sea to avoid the growth of germs and bacteria from the accumulating bodies. Logistics was next. After that, I had to spend an extra 25 minutes each day traveling between the office and the storage to pick up the canned food and hardtacks. I had to learn how to organize files and do other trivial stuff. It was the medical department afterward. They left behind detailed medical guides before they died. Those who remained were all very grateful for their generosity. They were followed by the communication department. They had been diligent in their roles, trying to establish contact with the outside world, but it didn't work. Robotics. Without those mechanics and engineers, I could only hope that nothing major broke before our research saw some results. Data. Similarly, without programmers, I could only pray that the servers and databanks wouldn't fail. Research. It was our last and most essential department, the one under my lead. We made a list, and the one on top would die first. Since I was the key personnel here, they put me at the bottom. Right. I also placed some non-staff members, such as children, in the middle. Given that they consumed less food and energy, and factoring in ethical concerns, I didn't place them in the first group to go. Some of our colleagues had values that would have clashed quite strongly with the alternative. That could possibly stall our progress. This is the first time I've done this kind of visual documentation. I never had to bother with this kind of trifling work in the past. That's about it regarding the base after the outbreak. If the data department's server room is still intact, you'll find our activity logs for the past 3 years there. Now, I'm moving on to what we have achieved. 0-point reactors are highly classified, but if you're watching this right now, then you must already know that there is one such reactor in this facility. After the lockdown, we tried to recreate the first reactor's failure in order to figure out how the punishing virus first appeared. Long story short, we failed. We repeated some of the steps from the last log of that reactor and managed to create a similar environment, but the punishing virus didn't show up. Correction. Not that it didn't show up. It appeared, but it was unobservable. I don't know who is watching this right now, and whether or not you have any knowledge regarding it, so I'll try my best to put it in layman's terms. Reports from around the world and the first reactor told us what the physical effects would be when the punishing virus appeared. We didn't observe the virus directly, but our equipment detected those phenomena. They disappeared soon after they manifested. Like raindrops, we couldn't see the virus, only the ripples it caused once it hit the water. In other words, some kind of energy absorbed them. If my department and I had another 2 years worth of food, we might be able to figure out why it happened. But all my staff are dead now, and I just finished my last hardtack. We've gone as far as we could. I couldn't catch the raindrop, but I found the water. The water that absorbed the punishing virus. It'll take me way too long to explain the details, but I call that technology the Omega File. I've put it in my pocket. I'll be heading for the observatory at the highest part of the city after this recording. I don't have samples and equipment to repeat our experiments, so I can't guarantee that Omega File would work outside of this base. Regardless, Seeker, or Seekers, you have traveled this far. This is your reward. I think we've completed our part remarkably. I hope you will complete yours too. Now, seek our legacy. Right. I wasn't planning to say the following in this record. Sentimental words always affect a person's rational judgment. But I think I should give all of us one last opportunity to be capricious. After that meeting, there were some among us who questioned if we had done the right thing, while others were resolute in their answers. They believed we made the correct choice. To be fair, the virus that destroyed the world was born from the first 0-point reactor. That did make many of us doubt the decision to continue our research. But we still decided to carry out our duty till the very end. We did not regret anything. We did what was right. We would have chosen the same even if we could do it again. I think our colleagues in the first reactor would feel the same. The only thing I regret is that this is as far as we can go. But I hope any human that sees this remembers one thing. Don't forget your desire to reach the stars. Don't lose your hunger to trek forward. Don't lose the courage to go further just because we are being plundered. Seize it. Conquer it. Fall. And stand again. Keep going. I believe humanity will have a bright future. I'm putting everything we have in your hands. Now, I'm going to see my colleagues. Goodbye.